Hello and very warm welcome. You're watching In Your Interest with me, Shweta Kothari. Tonight, we put the spotlight on Mumbai's local body polls. We're asking fundamental questions about the future of Mumbai. Who decides the next mayor of Asia's richest civic body? Is the voter worried about water, pothole and garbage, or is it a religious test? And tonight, we're discussing a statement that has sparked a massive controversy in Maharashtra. State Minister Nitish Rane has declared that next mayor of Mumbai will be someone who says, "I love Mahadev." This comes at a time when civic elections are approaching in Mumbai. Elections that should ideally focus on water supply, sanitation, waste management and infrastructure. But instead, we are hearing religious slogans and demographic warnings. Will governance take a back seat to identity politics? Now, Rane, in his statement to TV9 network, emphasized that we live in a Hindu Rashtra and follow the path of Hindutva. He added that when living in a Hindu Rashtra, one will only say, "I love Mahadev," and clarified that he's not speaking about Mahadev from Pakistan or Karachi. He insisted that no one should be offended by his statement, and those who criticize him should leave for Pakistan because there is no place for them in Mumbai or in the Hindu Rashtra.
मुंबई या हो या ये पूरी की पूरी पृथ्वी ये महादेव की भूमि है और इसके लिए जो कोई मेयर बनेगा वो आई लव महादेव को ही मानने वाला होगा, क्योंकि हम एक हिंदू राष्ट्र में रहते हैं और एक हिंदू राष्ट्र में रहने के बजाय यहाँ की सोच और यहाँ की जो कोई भी लीडरशिप हो वो हिंदुत्व के मार्ग पे चलने वाली होगी। जब मैं एक हिंदू राष्ट्र में रहता हूँ तब मैं यहाँ आई लव महादेव ही कहूँगा। मैं कहीं पाकिस्तान, इस्लामाबाद, कराची वहाँ बैठ के कहीं आई लव महादेव की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, तो मुझे लगता है इस पे किसी को भी ऐतराज़ नहीं होना चाहिए। बाकी सब आलोचना करने वाले लोग हैं या बाकी जो कोई आई लव वाले लोग हैं वो पाकिस्तान, इस्लामाबाद में चले जाए ना, उनके लिए कोई भी जगह हमारे मुंबई, महाराष्ट्र और हमारे हिंदू राष्ट्र में है ही नहीं।
मेयर तो आगाड़ी का बनेगा। अभी वो महादेव कहेगा या अल्लाह अकबर कहेगा, किसने कहा है? और काय के लिए हर दम मज़हब इसमें लाते हो? धर्म राजनीति में लाने की क्या ज़रूरत है? नीतीश राणे को मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ, आप महादेव को मानते हैं क्या? उसकी कभी पूजा किए हैं क्या? एक श्लोक बोल के दिखाइए संस्कृत का। आपको न कोई शिक्षा है, न कुछ है, न आपको मालूमात है, न आपने गीता पढ़ी है, न आपको रामायण मालूम है, न आपको महाभारत मालूम है। इस देश की संस्कृति जो है उसके बारे में आपको कुछ मालूम नहीं।
Now, this statement alone did not emerge in isolation. Just a few months ago, in September, a controversy erupted in Kanpur when an I Love Muhammad signboard was put up in the district during Eid-e-Milad-ul-Nabi procession. Celebrating Prophet's birthday, Hindu groups in fact objected to it, calling it a new tradition, something that they have never seen in the area before. The police was swift. They removed the banner and filed FIRs. On 26th of September, home of a cleric's relative was demolished. Following this, I Love Muhammad slogan gained momentum across Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Telangana and Maharashtra. Rallies were held in multiple cities. It appears that Minister Rane's statement is a direct counter to this movement, an assertion of Hindu identity in response to what he perceives as a challenge. Now, let's talk about what Mumbai actually needs from its next mayor and its municipal corporation. According to Praja Foundation's 2024 report, the city's civic situation is in dire state. Mumbai faces a daily water shortage of 689 million litres. Slums receive only 45 litres per capita per day, far below the norm of 135 litres. And out of the 24 wards, only one receives water 24 hours a day. The city loses nearly 395 million litres daily due to leaks in the system. And when it comes to sanitation, women have access to only 1/4 of the toilet seats they actually need. Sewer-related complaints have also increased by as much as 60% since 2015. The city generates over 24 lakh tons of waste per year, and waste-related complaints have surged by 380% since 2015. Air pollution complaints are also up nearly 334%. The Mithi River, which flows through Mumbai, has a biochemical oxygen demand level of 210 milligrams per litre, indicating severe pollution levels. And these are not abstract statistics. These are problems that affect every resident of Mumbai, regardless of their religion, caste or community. And when roads are flooded during monsoon, the water does not discriminate between Hindu or Muslim. It just troubles everyone. So let's understand what is at risk here. The BMC has massive resources. It presented a record budget of 74,427 crore rupees for 25-26, the highest ever, with strong revenue income and a big surge in capital spending for its projects. It is Asia's richest municipal corporation. Over the last decade, it has handled about 2.19 lakh crore rupees. The 24-25 budget saw nearly a 13.9%, which is 14% jump, to nearly 60,000 crore rupees. The BMC elections are set for January 15th, 2026, with voting across 227 wards, the first since 2017. And this will pit the BJP-led Mahayuti alliance against MVA alliance. Now, historically, civic elections have been relatively free from the kind of polarizing rhetoric we see in the state or in national elections. But if statements like Mr. Rane's become the norm, then even the last bastion of practical issue-based politics will be consumed by divisive identity politics. So the big questions that we are asking tonight: are we witnessing a communalization of even the most basic level of governance? When leaders tell critics to go to Pakistan, doesn't it undermine India's secular constitution? Joining us on the show is Chandrasekhar Jha, spokesperson for Shiv Sena UBT. Also with us is Samir Bakre, spokesperson for BJP Maharashtra. Savio Rodriguez, founder, editor-in-chief, Goa Chronicles, and Jayant Menkar, political analyst. Thank you very much, all of you, for taking time out. Samir Bakre, I want to come to you first. Could you perhaps explain what Minister Rane means when he says anybody who doesn't want to say I love Mahadev can go to Pakistan?
Shwetaji, since you have pointed out that the civic issues are there, so let me say that under the leadership of Honorable CM Devendra ji, most infrastructure projects have been taken in Mumbai, be it decongestion of the traffic from metro lines to coastal roads to Atal Setu to numerous flyovers. Now coming to the local issues like giving housing to the Marathi people, in the BDD Chal, in the Ramabai Ambedkar Nagar, Marathi people are getting the houses. Now, if you come to the business part of it, the Mumbai is emerging as the fintech and startup capital of the world with the highest FDI. Now, take another civic issue, that is the security of the citizens. Now, security of the citizens, Mumbai has been the safest under the BJP rule. So, I am giving this perspective because you started with that that BJP is now communalizing the election. It is not. The most revered personality of
Maharashtra. Thank you for that report card, sir. Do appreciate it. But I'll go back to the question that I asked. And that is, what does your minister mean when he says anybody who doesn't agree with us can go to Pakistan? Anyone who doesn't say I love, Mahadev can go to Pakistan. Could you also clarify on that, perhaps?
See, Shwetaji, the most revered personality of Maharashtra, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, war cry was Har Har Mahadev. Now, are you going to say that we will make a person mayor who refuses to sing the national song of India, Vande Mataram? Do you want the mayor that it brings their religion when it suits them, and it brings constitution when it suits them?
It's your minister that brought the religion, sir.
So, no. People have refused in Mumbai to sing national song of the country, Vande Mataram.
When did we start running elections in this country on the basis of whether you are a Muslim or a Hindu, or whether you say I love Mahadev or I love Muhammad? Since when did we start doing that?
So, Shwetaji, it's not a question of bringing religion, but people should be made aware that there is a definite plan to change the demography of the city. You see that in 2024 alone, 2.24 lakh applications of fake birth have been detected in a district in Yawatmal. Around 27,000
very quick to move from civic issues. Suddenly, you're very quick to move from civic issues to change in demographic.
Tell me one thing. Tell me one CM who has done more for Mumbai than Mr. Devendra Fadnavis? Tell me what UBT Shiv Sena has did in last 25 years. You are pointing out about sewage issue. What was BMC doing under UBT? Now tell me, for Miti and Twin River project under Devendra ji, 2,000 crore project are going on. Sewage issues are being addressed. Road issues are being addressed. Security issues are. So if you want to debate civic issues, I am ready for that. If you want to debate why Mr. Rane said I love Mahadev, we cannot make
he can say, he can very well
we
say
cannot,
he loves
we
Mahadev.
cannot.
He can say,
Shweta ji,
sir. I don't think you are listening to what I'm saying, sir. He can say
Shweta,
he loves Mahadev. He cannot force others to say so. And he cannot say those who don't say I love Mahadev should go to Pakistan. Would you agree with me on that?
So, Shweta ji, do you want our Mumbai to make like London or New York, where Mr. Sadiq or Mr. Zohrani ji
I would love for Mumbai to be like a London or a New York, sir.
And then it becomes the biggest adda of the left people who are doing extreme ideology. What happened in Sydney? It is the reason of the what happened in Sydney Bondi Beach. It is the reason of the sustained propaganda which has been going on for years. So Mr. Rane was putting things in perspective that there is a definite plan to change demography. There is a land jihad issue. There is a population jihad issue which is affecting Maharashtra. So the statement aptly and just one line. We will make a person mayor of the Mumbai who is a Marathi Manus, who is a Hindutva person, because soul of Mumbai is Marathi Manus and Hindutva.
Okay, I think you've clearly decided to justify Mr. Rane's statement, and that's your prerogative. Chandrasekhar Jha, you know, one of the things that BJP is saying continuously, and Mahayuti has been saying, in fact, is that, you know, you haven't really brought up and raked up issues of development yourself. You've not really built a strong civic narrative issue when it comes to sanitation, water, when it comes to bad infrastructure. And so therefore, you know, all you go after are statements which are made perhaps in zest, and statements that are not reflective of the kind of politics that BJP indulges in, and that is development politics.
The thing is that the first one has to see the BJP's development policy and their things done in Mumbai or in Maharashtra or all over India. What they are trying to do is that there is no talk of development in anywhere. They just want to escape the questions of the opposition. They want to escape the true politics agendas, and they want to concentrate on religion and nothing else to obtain the votes. Second thing is that very clearly the spokesperson also says that we want to discuss about the civic amenities and their disabilities for not providing that. Eventually, the spokesperson will also not speak about the disabilities. They will speak about the things which are not within the purview or they have not done. So the particular issue right now is that with regard to civic election, whether they will provide something or not, that has to come up from their own mouth. They cannot brush it away specifically when they say about that the religion comes into picture, and the religion is always within our picture, because I'm also an Hindu and I don't become ashamed by saying that Har Har Mahadev or I love Mahadev. And eventually the Muslim person will also say the same. So in any way, if you connect the politics with the religion, that is whole and soul not in particular in politics in India applicable. So you cannot say these things. Being minister or being an MLA or being a person who is holding a constitutional post, he should be always keep his things aside, and he should always adjudicate the problems of the public.
Okay, understood. But you know, let's talk about development narrative. You said that the BJP hasn't done very well when it comes to development narrative. But the fact of the matter is, you saw one of the worst defeats in 2017 BMC polls. What would you attribute that to? If you were able to convince people of what you were selling, they would vote you. But the fact of the matter is that people of Mumbai did not vote you. So they were not convinced of the poll promises of development or whatever poll promises that you were making.
The promises were done by us, and eventually we lost the elections. What the public might have thought, because 2.5 years we were there, that time it was a COVID time, and that image was not before the public very clearly. After that, when the government failed, everything happened, how these things have unearthed. So these things took the negative way before the public. We are not saying that we have done this or we have done that. We have never said, because we are not like party like BJP who says comfortably that these things have been done, these things have not been done. Eventually, they have done nothing. And if you see the issues which were brought into the elections and they want to implement them, even they have failed in that also.
And what are you offering by the way of 2026 elections is concerned? Why should people vote for you? What is the alternative that you're offering?
See, we are offering everything world-class facility under this BMC, and we'll go with that.
Okay. All right. Let me quickly take a question from Savio Rodriguez as well. Savio Rodriguez, this religious polarization clearly in civic election is a great, violation of the constitutional idea of elections, of self-governance. And yet we see this narrative propping up year after year.
Yes, Shweta, unfortunately, we live in a country where religious polarization is a matter of fact. Some people talk about it, some people do it quietly, but religious polarization always happens during election.
But this is as loud as it gets, Savio, which is worrying to me and worrying to, I'm sure, a lot of people watching these statements being made in public.
I'm not worried about that aspect, because like I said, I believe that polarization is part and parcel of the election process. What is worrying for me is that it's the polarization that gets maximum amount of coverage rather than the issues that you are bringing up, which is the civic issues. Now, Mumbai being being the financial capital of India, and we're looking at a very great city, a metropolitan city that has lots of good going for it, a lot of people interested in it. There are certainly works that the current dispensation under Devendra Fadnavis has done, but still there's so much to do. There's so much of issues that need to be taken care of in terms of garbage, in terms of improvement of the roads. Yes, they do have the coastal road. Yes, they do have the metro. Yes, they do have many other things that they're doing. But is that enough? And that is why this election should be about development. Now Rani and many others like him will come out and say whatever they want to as far as polarization is concerned. But the people at the end of the day are the ones who become victims of the poor infrastructure that a municipality has. And I think that's the larger issue. Because I personally believe at 75,000 crore, one of the richest municipalities in the world, I think there's so much more that Mumbai can offer to its people and its residents. And having been somebody who lived in Mumbai for 9 years and then moved to Goa, I can tell you there was a lot wanting then, and there is still a lot wanting now. And I believe that at least with Devendra Fadnavis's government, there is some sense of balance in how development and infrastructure should go. Is it at the optimum? The answer is no. I don't think it's yet at the optimum. Can it get to the optimum? That's the hope we have. And I believe more than what Rani says on Har Har Mahadev. I'm an Indian Christian, and I say Har Har Mahadev all the time. I said it a couple of minutes ago on a tweet. And I think it's all right. But that polarization is not going to change because you and me say it, Shweta.
I think it's very important, Savio, agreed, 100%. But I think it's very important to understand. You say out of your own accord, your free will and your wish, and you are allowed to do that, and you should be allowed to do that. In fact, everybody, whatever you want to say out of your free will, you should be allowed to do that. But the minute you're forced into doing that, or the minute you're said, if you don't say it, then you're not an Indian enough, I think that's where the problem lies. And that's exactly... Yes.
I agree with you on that, Shweta. I agree with you on that.
Right.
Just as somebody would say Har Har Mahadev, somebody can say Allah as well. Somebody can say Hail Jesus as well, and that's fine.
And they equally deserve to be a mayor or a politician or an MLA or an MP or a prime minister or a president of this country, and they have been for that matter. So I think this entire debate, and let me quickly take a question from Jen Menkar, who's also been waiting here very patiently. Jen Menkar, the fact that this sense of polarization takes away from what is supposed to be the core issues that Mumbai is currently facing. So there's been about a 70% jump in complaints related to sanitation, waste collection, water related issues. The maximum city drowns every year, is underwater every year come June, July and the monsoon months. So the fact that this polarizing debate takes away from the administrative issue, and I believe that continues to be a problem.
Let me tell you one thing, that BJP is surviving since 1989 only after polarizing the religious issue. In fact, whatever the growth of BJP since after Ram Mandir and Godhra, today if at the central government we are seeing Modi government, it is because of these two incidents. And now the BJP wants to capture Mumbai because, as you mentioned, 75,000 crore budget, the international city, and Gujaratis. Mumbai was the capital of undivided Mumbai state. That is the pre-partition of that Maharashtra and Gujarat. And Gujaratis have affection for Mumbai, and actually they want to control, and I'm specifically saying Gujaratis want to control Mumbai, and that is why all these religious statements are deliberately being made, ignoring the fact that the extreme population, the hard civic conditions, and whatever the pictures even right now you are showing on TV, they just want to virtually polarize on religious grounds. It is unfortunate that the BJP spokesperson had said that we don't want Mamdani, we don't want Sadiq, and actually both Mr. Mamdani has Indian roots. Here, he does not remember he has Indian roots. It's unfortunate part. Are we just a very secluded city? Mumbai is not the international city. That is why when if the BJP will win, they will try to make it just a secluded only for Hindu Rashtra. And unfortunate part, actually, to say even Hindu Rashtra, this is also constitutionally invalid. But we have spokesperson and we have ministers who are openly saying that, and unfortunately, no action has been initiated against them.
Okay, Samir Bakre, you would not want Mumbai to turn into a New York and London, is what you said. I don't mind Mumbai to turn into a New York or a London. I wish we can take away the good parts about those cities and implement them in Mumbai. I don't think why it should be a problem. But, you know, at the same time, I want to come back to you. Okay, I think we have lost the line there with Samir Bakre. Let me then take a question from Savio Rodriguez. Savio Rodriguez, when we compare, a Mumbai to a London or a New York, I think what Samir Bakre was trying to say is that we do not want an elected representative who's a Muslim. I think he was as clear as that. And I believe Jayant Menkar is right when he says that this goes against the very ethos of our constitution. This is, in fact, unconstitutional. All right, Samir Bakre is back with us. Let me go back to Samir Bakre. Samir Bakre, when you say that BJP is about development politics, at the same time you say we don't want to be a London or a New York, are you in a sense saying that we want to foreground two issues such as sanitation, waste management, water clogging, bad roads, and we want to make it all about identity politics? Because we're clearly not taking away the good parts from other cities you compared Mumbai to.
Shwetaji, let me say that who was in charge of Mumbai for last 25 years? UBT. Now, let me ask that question to UBT and Mr. Menkar, who was very saying different things. That if you search the internet and you find thousands of videos of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis speaking about development of Mumbai. Now, tell me one video of Uddhav Thackeray that he's speaking about development of Mumbai. So it is easy to just point out the fingers and say things, but it is very difficult to do the things because Bharatiya Janata Party under Mr. Devendraji Fadnavis is doing huge development in the city. And what you are talking about civic and issues, who created these civic issues? The UBT created these civic issues. So when we are talking about the ethos of the Mumbai, it is the developed Mumbai which Mr. Devendra Fadnavis is talking, and anyone can become mayor of the city. But again, I am saying Hindus Hindu is a way of life, and you are trying to say it with the religion. And if BJP was so against the Hindu Islam, then the direct 42nd descendant of Prophet Muhammad would not have taken Mr. Modi in the car. So understand, BJP is for politics, but at the same time, we cannot ignore the Virasat. So our Vikas and Virasat go hand in hand together, and these political analysts are way out of touch with the people. We are on the ground. We know what is concerning people's issues. You will see a transformed Mumbai under BJP when BJP takes over the BMC.
But you are in power, sir. How are you blaming it on the opposition right now? You are in power.
See, whatever was in the state's perspective, we have done that. The infrastructure, the metro, the coastal road, everything is done by state government under Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. The sewage and other sanitation issues comes under corporation, where Mr. UBT's party was in charge. So what they were doing? So we are creating a pothole-free Mumbai. We are creating a beautiful Mumbai. You see the different roads and flyovers. Now, from reaching from Nariman Point to the airport takes 30 minutes. Earlier, it used to take 2.5 hours. The average life of Mumbaikar was going in transportation. Now they are going home early. They are reaching the workplace early. So ease of doing business, ease of doing, and ease of living is being undertaken under the BJP government. I'm pretty sure under BJP-led Mahayuti mayor, Mumbai will be the city of world.
Okay, well, good to hear that there is an intent to make sure that Mumbai grows, because that's all we want at the end of the day. Jain Menkar, you've been nodding your head. You've also been disagreeing. Please go ahead.
Yes. Actually, I should say that Bakre he came down to say that anybody can become the mayor. Thanks a lot. At least you said that. But do continue with this. And whenever someone says like this, that only you said it. Now you don't withdraw because it is on record. And I think Shweta also has heard it.
You also should say that everyone should sing the national song. Vande Mataram should be sung by every Indian. Vande Mataram should be sung by every Indian. The national song of the country. Vande Mataram should be sung by Mr. Mayankar.
All right, gentlemen, I think all of you are grown up. Can we not do this?
No.
1 second. Can we not do this, please? Can we not speak one after the other? Okay.
Yes. So Vande Mataram is not the issue. This is there is not an issue of this actually.
I will not the issue.
I'm saying this because I know it. Only 2 stanzas of Vande Mataram is approved.
They are also not being sung by Mumbai Congress chief. They are also not being sung by Mr. Mumbai Congress chief.
And that is not the issue. The issue, what was asked is, what about the statement of Nitesh Rane? And you have not answered it. You have
answered categorically.
No, you have not. You have not.
Jain
Menkar. Shwetaji, give me opportunity.
Okay, Jain Menkar, 1 second. I do believe Samir Bakre has in fact answered it. He's very categorically, not just answered it, he's also said he agrees with it, haven't you, Samir Bakre?
No. Okay, let him answer, but I will clarify it.
Listen, Shwetaji, BJP doesn't believe in double standards. Appeasement of none, justice to all, sabka saath, sabka vikas, sabka prayas is our motto, Prime Minister. So what you are trying to teach, and Mr. Mayankar was saying that only two things have put BJP in power. Are you challenging the intellect of the Indian electorate?
Yes.
Are you saying Indian electorate?
Okay.
I stand by my...
Mr. Menkar, you need to stop interrupting now at this point, Mr. Menkar. Yes, Mr. Bakre, go ahead.
Mr. Mayankar, Indian electorate has elected Honorable Prime Minister Modi for 3 consecutive times with thumping majority. Are you trying to say all the electeds are fools who don't understand that who is best to govern the country? So you people, the left liberals, have been totally out of the touch with people. You don't understand the public sentiment. You don't understand youth of the country. The Gen Z with Mr. Modi, the Gen Z with Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, and that's why we are being elected repeatedly.
Okay.
Mr.
Undoubtedly, Samir Bakre, undoubtedly, you have been elected repeatedly with thumping majority year after year. So that doesn't put you above questions.
Statement is out of place. He's saying that BJP is
It
getting
is
elected
a
because of
perfect
polarization.
and it is initiative. That is the perfect
Savio
statement.
Rodriguez, you've been quietly listening, and I think I'm going to take a question from a journalist at this point in time. Savio, when you look at a conversation like that, when what we should be discussing, as you rightly pointed out, should have been civic issues today, but what unfortunately we're discussing is identity politics. What are you making of where we are heading from here?
The beautiful part of the Constitution of India is that it gives everybody who believes in the Constitution of India the right to live in India, to love in India, and to contest elections in India. So it doesn't matter, at least to somebody like me, whether you're a Hindu, you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, a Sikh, a Jain, and you contest an election. The people of India, the people of Mumbai will always elect people that they believe in, irrespective of the religion. The time you elect people based on religion, you will have to have a shortfall on the other important aspects like civic, in this case. Absolutely. In Mumbai. But I believe, honestly, Shweta, I do have a lot of confidence in the BJP and in the governance of Devendra Fadnavis because I know him personally and I've seen him work. I believe that there are a lot of issues in Mumbai under his leadership that will see a transformation, and they have. Right. When he was earlier the chief minister, there was a downside. But I think now that he's come back, yes, what the BJP spokesperson did speak about, that the Civic was under BMC. I don't think that's an excuse because BJP was at some point with them in the governance at that time. And that is when BMC was doing very well as far as the civic amenities and the efforts were concerned. So I think Mumbai is such a maximum city. It is a Herculean task for any political party to sort of
absolutely undoubtedly. But I'm going to go back to what you said. It's all about getting better tomorrow as compared to where we are today, and I think that's the initiative. Correct. But that's all the time I have on the show. Chandrasekhar Jha, Samir Bakre, Savio Rodriguez, Jayant Menkar, thank you very much, all of you, for taking time out. We, of course, are discussing the pending elections, the upcoming elections in Mumbai. Now, BMC, of course, and the Asia's richest civic body today has become a battleground for religious sloganeering at a time when civic issues such as land, water, sanitation have taken a back seat. Is that something we want to do? And is that something we want as a trend for this country? Because when religion becomes the mainstay, it's democracy that becomes a casualty. And we're, of course, shining spotlight on that very important issue. But that's all the time we have. In your interest, thank you very much for watching.
एसोसिएट स्पॉन्सर बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा से लोन लेना एक मास्टर स्ट्रोक है।